Hi, this is Jodie here from The 7 Effect, and thanks very much for joining us. Look, if you're watching this video, it means that you've expressed your interest in joining our team. You've put your hand up and said, pick me, or at least tell me more about it. And it also means that you've taken the time to fill out the survey that we sent you. So we're really grateful for you giving us that information so we can get a better overview of who's where and what sort of things that we could do as partners together. Now, I wanted to give you a bit of a background story here. So Amy and I, first of all, I should welcome you. This is actually the 7 Effect headquarters, and this is where we work. So this is my home, actually, and my home is also our office, and I do coaching over there around the dining room table with our beautiful clients. When Amy and I decided to launch this business back in 2014, so just 2 years ago, like any normal human beings, we had a level of apprehension about it. Of course, we were asking ourselves the question, well, what if it doesn't work? What if we fall flat on our face? What if no one shows up to our events? And fortunately for us, those questions were drowned out by a whole different type of question. And those questions were, well, what if it does? What if people will pay for what we have to offer? But what if we can actually really build this business to our vision? What if we can create a lifestyle business where we are truly working only 3 days a week, where we actually have our school holidays off so we can be with family and friends? What if we can get paid just as much money as what we currently get paid? In fact, what if we could get paid more? What if we can be our own bosses and we can show up and do what we want when we want? And we can choose the types of clients that we work with, as well as the types of work that we do with those clients. And 2 years on, it's so exciting to say, we are here, we have arrived, and that is exactly what our business is like. But there is a problem with our business. There is a flaw in it. And the problem is that Amy and I are both still selling our time for money. And there is only 2 of us. And that means that we are limited by the amount of work that we can deliver at the moment. And we've got to a point now where we're so booked out that we're actually turning work away. And I said to Amy the other day, I said, this is a level of insanity. We're turning away really good work here. And, we charge anywhere between $2,500 for a 2-hour seminar up to $4,000 for a whole day's 1-day workshop. And we're able to charge at premium rates because we're really good at what we do. And we've developed a unique philosophy which brings together all of the different things that we've learned around positive psychology, about well-being, about health, about nutrition, about leadership, about high performance, and about organizational psychology and organizational culture. And we've brought all of this stuff together to develop our own very unique approach to how we work with clients. And we're getting incredible results and incredible feedback. But we've hit a glass ceiling. So the good news is we've got a strategy of how we will overcome that. And really my goal is to build myself out of that face-to-face coaching and facilitation. And I've already started doing that. We've put a cap on the number of corporate clients that we work with, and we work with those under a 12-month partnership agreement. So we try not to do one-hit wonder stuff and go in and do simple half days anymore. We have like a 12-month, $60,000 package that clients can sign up with. And then in the lifestyle space, we actually do work with only 10 clients at a time, or 9 clients. Next year it'll be 10, where we just take individuals along this journey, and that's the only people I coach throughout the year. But we're also now looking at how do we scale this up. And so my passion has become, of recent months, digital marketing and online marketing. And many years ago, in fact 10 years ago, I was at an Austrade conference, and they were talking about the future of import and export and where were the biggest boom industries going to be in the next 5, 10 and 15 years. And they said it was going to be all about the health and the wellness space. Businesses that have a connection to health and wellness is where the growth is. And also selling of information. And so when you look at the research now and you look at the current trends and where are the boom industries, there actually were dead right, of course, at Austrade. And the biggest spaces now to be making money in business is selling information online and selling information or products and supplements that are related to health and well-being. This is a huge growth industry, folks, and nutrition. And we've seen people like Cyndi O'Meara from Changing Habits and Paleo Pete and all of those types of people, Dr. Libby now, who we're huge fans of, really grow and gather these huge kinds of followings. So we're going to follow in their footsteps, and we're actually taking everything that we do online. We think of the philosophy of, build it once, but sell it a million times. And so that's going to create a level of passive income for us. And we don't want it to just be the Jodie and Amy show. We want it to be a range of other professionals and other coaches who can actually then run online webinars and coaching sessions with our clients and be part of our team to do all of that work, as well as go out and deliver some of the face-to-face training and face-to-face coaching that we're already turning back at the moment. So there's absolutely a market for this stuff, folks, and it's growing and it's getting bigger and bigger. But we also know that there are people out there that are trying to do similar stuff and they're really struggling. So our strength is in our brand, and it's in our tools, and it's in our philosophy. And that's what people are really loving about us and about the 7 Effect, which is great. So where does that leave you, and what has this got to do with you, I guess, is what you're asking. Well, obviously we're in a growth stage, and obviously we don't want to keep turning away work because, as I said before, it's a level of insanity. So I've been brainstorming and thinking, well, how are we going to grow? We could employ people. So we could go out to Seek or, Career One and put an ad on and hire you as a full-time employee or a part-time employee. And we thought, you know what, that's not for us. Number one, it's an expensive way for us to go at the moment, and it's a huge level of commitment. And also, it creates a level of dependency. So we don't want to work with people that see us as their source of income and dependent upon us to create a space for them to get employed. That's not what we're after. And there's nothing wrong with that space, don't get me wrong, but it's just not where we're at. What we want is we want to work with leaders, and we want to teach people how to build their own business, how to buy back their own freedom, how to actually model what we've done and take on the formula, the systems, the processes, even the content and the tools, and operate in a similar way that we have to the clients that we're getting, and do it with our support and our coaching. So we want to train people up. And then we looked at some of the people that we love out in the marketplace, like Cyndi O'Meara, like John Maxwell, like Brené Brown, like who else is doing it? Even Paleo Pete is doing it now. And what they do is they have what they call a licensing agreement. So they've set up these licensing type situations where you can go through an accredited training program and you can come out the other end and you can become a certified or accredited Brené Brown vulnerability coach, or a Cyndi O'Meara nutrition coach, or a John Maxwell accredited leadership facilitator. And we thought, you know what, that's actually probably a good model for us because our content's really good and we could license it. But the time and the cost to set something up like that, it's just not the right time for us right now. And to be able to do that in a commercially viable way, we would have to be charging people the same sort of prices that they do to go through and get accredited, and that can be anywhere from $6,000 or $7,000 right through to $15,000 or $20,000 to go and do that exercise. That would be your cost to be able to build your own business. Kind of like imagine buying a franchise. And we thought, no, we're not ready for that, and we don't think that people in our community are going to be ready for that. And certainly no one on their survey said, yeah, I'm willing to invest 20 grand to get my business going. And we're not asking you to. That's not the way that we're looking at this, folks. So then we looked at, well, what other models could we do and what works? And of course, there's the standard kind of contracted consulting model. And I actually am part of this with a company. I'm a contracted consultant for another company that I work with. And this works quite well. And basically what it would be is us going out and winning the work, or you going out and winning the work, whoever, we win the work together. And then we basically give you a percentage of it and we take a percentage of it. It's kind of like a split fee. And you work as a contractor. You have your own ABN. And we thought, you know what, this could work really well for us. But we don't want to damage our brand, and we want people that are going out there doing this with a really clear understanding of our philosophy and our approach, because our thinking's slightly differently. I went through an amazing program called the Diploma of Modern Psychology, and Amy's about to do the same. and very much the way we teach leadership as well as lifestyle design at the Seven Effect is modeled on this. So we're tapping into neuro-linguistic programming. We're tapping into work with the unconscious mind. We're tapping into work with high performance coaching, and we're tapping into hypnosis and modern or positive psychology. And that's the approach that we take. And so we thought, okay, well, we could ship everyone up to Noosa, and we could probably ring the Mind Academy, and we could probably strike a deal, and the course is around $15,000 to do. Now, if you're interested in doing that, then brilliant. Go do it and come back and see us, and let's get talking. But then we realised, you know what, a lot of people probably don't have 3 weeks to go and do training in Noosa in October and $15,000 to pay to do that course. And we're already running some masterclasses for our clients to take the best bits of that around how to coach people, so how to master the art of coaching. We're also doing a masterclass on how to master the art of facilitating, how to be an engaging and effective and assertive facilitator, and also how to develop your own escape the rat race plan, so how to build a plan to become financially free. And so we're running a series of masterclasses, and they're going out to the public, and there'll only be 10 places in each, and they're around $900 per class. And we thought, okay, great. So people could come, and we could say, if you do our masterclasses and we can see you in action, then you could become qualified to do some of the training with us. And look, if you're already out there and you've got a great reputation, and I know some of you do that have actually put forward your application, then maybe you don't even need to do our training. Maybe it's more so just come and observe and watch, and you already have your own style and approach, and maybe you're already fairly strong in that space. So that's great if you are. But we also wanted to think about the levels of accountability and loyalty. And the other thing is, maybe you're not even wanting to be a facilitator or a coach face-to-face, but maybe you have some skills around digital marketing and things like building funnels and driving traffic, or maybe you have some skills around managing social media, because those are all skills that we need in our business as well. But we don't want to have to pay you as an employee. We thought, you know what, we want to build a relationship with someone who gets to know our business intimately, but can be a consultant or a contractor for us over a long period of time, at least a year. And we're thinking we want to partner up with people that go, I've got 12 months that I want to give these girls of my life because I believe that they can help me get where I want to go, and I believe I can help them get where they want to go. And this is win-win partnerships here, folks. So we've thought long and hard about it and how we can structure this. And there are lots of opportunities, and we've already got a film guy on board who's got a 10-month contract with us, and he's working under similar kinds of parameters. It's a set fee each month, and he just does an agreed level of work with us, and he's actually going above and beyond because he's getting so much other referral work from us because we're telling other clients how amazing he is and what he's doing. So his business is really taking off in that space. So here's the thing. I came up with this crazy idea, and I think it's an exciting idea because it's another business that Amy and I got involved in. And I think the problem with most people is they don't know where to start, or even when they do start, they become dependent on us spoon feeding and making all the decisions for them. So we want you to tell us what you can do for us. We want you to put forward your proposals. We want you to think like a business owner. But we also want to offer you a model and a system and a business that can deliver you a very quick return on investment, and one that's actually operating in the boom industries. And so here's what I've come up with. And the reason I've come up with this is a couple of months ago, well, actually it was November last year, I got one of my major clients in a workshop that I was running. One of my major clients, he's an accountant. He came up to me and he said, look, Jodie, I've got these clients, this couple, and they've started a business and it's growing like crazy, and they're making insane amounts of money, and they need a coach because it's taking off, and they need a strategy. Can you please call them? So he gave me Beck's number. Beck was the person, and Mike is her husband and wife team. And he gave me Beck's number, and I gave Beck a call, and we caught up late November last year for a coffee and a chat. And Beck gave me this incredible story about how they were about to pack up and move to Fiji, and then her husband Mike got them involved in this business, and she'd said, no, we're not going to do it, but he did it anyway, and it was nearly divorce. Well, it wasn't really nearly divorce, but she wasn't speaking to him for a while. But what happened was she was wrong and the business took off. And I said, well, what is the business that gave away your Fiji dream lifestyle that you were all packed up and ready to go and live with, and you've decided to stay on here in Adelaide? And she said, we've now got over 2,000 people in our team and we don't have any leaders. And I said, well, tell me about the business. And she said, well, it's in the health and well-being space. And so my Austrade radar started to ding, ding, ding. I thought, okay, this is a big boom industry. No wonder it's growing so fast. Tell me more. Tell me about the products. And she said, well, basically, it's called Kyani. Now, I'd never heard of Kyani back then, and obviously now I'm very familiar with it. But basically, it's a supplement business. So health and nutrition, or nutraceuticals is what they call them. And I said, have you got any information? She only had this one piece of paper. This wasn't the piece of paper, but she showed me something that looked a bit like this. And I know you can't see it well here. But basically, this is the Kyani compensation plan. And there'll be one of these attached to this email that you can check it out. And so she said, well, this is all I've got, Jody. But I said, well, what does this actually say? So, yeah, there's some health products there. Great. Okay, that looks nice. There's the ingredients on the back. Lovely. She said, well, what it is we're actually at that diamond level. So that's one of the ranks here, and we're about to be blue diamond. And this is when I looked at it and I went, okay, so you couldn't see the writing on your screen, but diamond average income is $20,000 a month, and a blue diamond average income is $39,000 a month. And I said, okay, so you're telling me that you're earning about $20,000 a month, and you're about to start earning about $40,000 a month? And she said, well, it's actually a little bit more than that because of the way our business is structured. And I looked at her and I was a bit like, what? Now, I thought the 7 Effect was going pretty well, I have to say. And it is, don't get me wrong, but full transparency here, folks, the 7 Effect is not earning anywhere near this kind of money yet, but we will do. So long story short, I said to Beck, look, that's fine. I'll put together a proposal. I'll tell you how we can go about me being your coach. And that's exactly what we did. And Beck's now, her and some of her leadership team are on board our Ultimate Goals Club. And I'm working with her strategically to develop her leaders in her business. But then I said to her, Beck, I want to know how I can learn to do what you're doing. Because if this is something that can be done on the side, and I can build a team where we can be making $20,000 to $40,000 a month, and we can get there in the period of a 12-month stage, like in a 12-month period, I want in on that. I'm pretty interested in stuff like that because I'm business-minded. I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm on a path to be financially free. So my mind is always open to opportunity. And so she said, go along to an opportunity meeting, Jody. It happens to be there at the highway, which is right near where I live. It's just over there. And so I did, and I liked what I saw. But here's what I liked most about it. Because, yes, this is a multi-level marketing company or a network marketing company, and that's always something that I've probably steered clear of in the past. But because my biggest fear is selling, and my biggest fear is actually the fear of rejection. And because of the fear of rejection, I don't like selling. So I've never even been interested in looking at anything like this. But here's what I liked about the Kyani one is, I don't know if I said this or I might have already said this. Remember I said we're looking at digital marketing, and that's become my latest passion at the moment, online digital marketing. And so the Kyani business model is structured where it actually has, when you buy the business package, it actually has included in it a whole software program where you can market it online, you can set up a funnel, you can drive traffic to that, you can convert the leads in that system. And so I came back from that meeting and I said to Amy straight away, we're doing this feels right, and I think we can make this work. But even more so, if I can make this work and I can prove to our clients that for this investment you can get a quick return and you can make it positively geared, then I think other people could use this as a ticket to their financial freedom. What do you think, Amy? And she went, well, as she always does, whatever you reckon, Jodes, we can sign up. So the entry cost was, we bought the bigger premium pack, which is $1,649. You get more than that worth of product. And I thought, well, do you know what? Even if we just have 6 months of this amazing product and feel healthy and fantastic, we're still winning because our health is, our biggest asset. Really, I think our health and our time is what we value the most. So we jumped on in, and we haven't wanted to go out to our network hugely yet because we wanted to test the waters first. And I wanted to be able to say, hand on heart, this is a genuine opportunity and it really does work. And so just a few months later, I've already hit the rank of sapphire, and it has been positively geared for me, which means it's always cost me less than what it's made me. Now, not everyone in our team is at that stage yet, but they are working towards it. And so we already have a team of around, I think there's 38 people in our team, and they're based all over Australia, and we've even got some people in America in our team. So it's growing fast, folks. But again, much like Becky's, we are missing leaders. And so I thought this, I went, do you know what? If we can find entrepreneurial leaders who would be willing to invest in the Kyani business model and put some skin in the game like we have, become part of our team, we could coach them. We could invite them along to our events. We would invest in you and give you all the skills and share all that we know and all that we have with you to help you succeed in the Kyani business so you can get that money coming in. But even more, so we could help you then, and also a little bit so we can test that you're good, because we can't send you out to our clients until we can see that you really can get some runs on the board, so that we can then have a team of people, a team of leaders who we draw on to be able to send out to our clients and deliver facilitated leadership programs, to deliver lifestyle training and how to escape the rat race training and masterclasses. So there's an enormous amount of opportunities. But here's the other thing. Maybe you don't want to be a facilitator. Maybe you're more interested in the online space. So again, with the Kyani system and with the new 7 Effect online system, maybe you could become one of our online consultants and online coach, and maybe you can even help us build funnels and drive traffic and master the art of all of that stuff. But then maybe you can take your secret sauce and formula and teach that to the people in our team. And so, folks, this is all about us maybe getting somewhere, and we only want to start small, somewhere between 5 and 10 people this month, in the month of April, to jump in on board before the launch. So this is all pre-launch for Kyani, before the April launch for Kyani. And get serious with us, get the plan in place, hit the ground running, and then maybe in about 2 months' time, we could go out to the market, again, our network, and if you're at that space where you're ready to be a leader, we could get other people to come on board and keep growing that way. But then, as we're building our team, we're understanding what our strengths are, we're working together, and we're also being able to share you and us, our resources and networks, and send you out to some of our corporate clients. But there will be training required to do that, and we will give you that training at no charge. So basically the only cost would be just putting some skin in the game by buying the Kyani business model, because we believe that if you can make a commitment to that, then you're likely to make a commitment to what's required to really escape the rat race and really be a leader and teach other people how to do the same. Because essentially, our whole mission at the 7 Effect is to improve lives and to teach people how to live life by design. And we haven't found yet a faster and quicker and better business model of how we can get a team of leaders to actually first prove it to themselves that they can do that, and then go out and teach other people how to do the same. So if this sounds interesting to you, if this sounds exciting to you, then ask yourself this question: what if it worked? Don't get bogged down with the what if it doesn't. So imagine in 12 months' time, what if I was earning $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month? What if I was part of the 7 Effect team and I had my own brand as well as a consultant, or being a go-to guru or a specialist in a particular field, whether it be internet or digital marketing, leadership facilitation, or lifestyle coaching? What if you did all of that in the next 12 months? And what if you did it with the support and with the fun and the journey of Amy and I and the 7 Effect? If it sounds interesting to you, then I hope to catch up for a cup of tea or a coffee soon. Well, I'm not drinking coffee because after reading Dr. Libby's stuff, I'm on to the tea. But I'm going to shut up finally now and check out the rest of the email. There's a few links and clicks if you want more information, and get in touch with us if this is still sounding like it could be a goer for you. Thanks very much for listening.